On this episode, we interview recording artist 315 Cash. He talks about life growing up in Eastwood, a neighborhood in Syracuse, New York, the journey to becoming a recording artist, and his new project, which is set to release soon. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's connect.
Oh, we live? We live? Let's Connect Podcast. Let's connect.
Yo, what's good? It's your guy Les with the Let's Connect Podcast. And we got a special guest in the building. We got 315 Cash.
My man. I appreciate you having me, bro. It's an honor to be here.
Nah, it's about time, bro. It's about time. We were in communication for a while, bro, and it's only right, man. You're such a legendary asset to the city, bro, and I'm definitely proud of all of the growth that you've made throughout the years.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. It means a lot coming from you.
Nah, bro. You like I told you off air. I'm like, you are like one of the artists that I've seen in the city, like really like knock down these doors that I personally kind of thought was impossible. Like, for instance, going to the stadium or you know the news, bro. I seen you performing. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. It's stuff I never would have even thought myself. It's stuff I never would imagine. I mean, it was all goals, but just set to them and keep pushing, and hopefully it could happen if you get the right connections.
Nah, that's a fact. So let's start from the beginning, right? Where are you from?
Syracuse, born and raised, 315 Cash. My name 315 Cash to represent the area code for the Syracuse area, but born and raised in the city from the Eastwood area. So,
okay, so you're a North Sider.
Nah, Eastwood area.
Oh, it's a different. All right,
definitely a difference. Definitely a difference. Eastwood, James Street, Eastwood area. Yeah, for sure.
So how was life for you growing up?
It was good. It was good. I mean, middle class family. Yeah, it was good. Middle grounds. It was pretty good coming up. It was a little bit of struggle. It wasn't easy. It wasn't hard. So, but we made it work.
Both parents?
Yeah, my parents were separated. I stayed with my moms in the week. My father on the weekend. And yeah, separate households. But both of my parents was in my life my whole life, and both looked out for me. Shout out to mom. Shout out to pops. For sure.
That's dope. How were you in high school?
School wasn't my thing, man. School really wasn't my thing. I was more outside. I couldn't really focus too much in school. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, something that really I gravitated to. But I got my GED and kept it pushing.
Okay. So what time was it when you decided that, you know, music was something that you were interested in?
Music's always been a part of my life. Always been a part of my life. Like, hip-hop has always been a part of my life since I was young, and just gravitating to it, coming up in the environment I came up in, and just gravitated to it. And I never really, as a youngin', knew that I would take the music lane, but as an expression, I used it as a way out.
So when did you actually get into it though? Like what age were you?
Like, what you mean, into the business? Or
Yeah, like you know what? Like, I'm a fan of music, but now like I'm thinking about making music, or like, was it like?
I've been in hip hop head since I was a kid, since I was young. I'm a 95 baby, so I grew up in the whole 2000s era. I've been a hip hop kid, but when I started taking serious and getting serious with it, I dropped my first project in 2015, but a little bit before I had some show opportunities, but about 2015 was when we got foot in the game and got situated with the business, and like, we gonna do this and we gonna take it serious and push from here.
Do you remember the first CD you ever bought?
First CD I ever bought, I think it was the Eminem show. I believe so. I believe that was the first one. Not that I physically bought, but as far as I remember, that was the first CD that I had where I was just spinning that back, and that was early 2000s.
Was M like one of your first influences musically?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I grew up in that era, so Eminem was my number one. The 50 Cent era, that was like my top guys that I was fucking with, for sure.
Oh, that's dope. Do you remember your first show?
Yeah, that's how I started doing the music. It was a Nickstock music festival. I'm not sure if you
Your
familiar.
first show was a Knicks.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
if you know about the Nickstocks, you know they could get crazy. So my mom like was in with the rock connections, and she did music management. She worked at the Lost Horizon, and she was like very connected with the rock and roll connections there in the 80s and 90s and all of that in the Syracuse area. So she had to connect for me to get with Nick Fuco, and I had the opportunity to perform at the Nick Stock. So I was trying to do the rapping, and it was all a game when we was kids, just freestyling on the block, freestyling in the basement, freestyling outside, and we had the show opportunity. So we was like, yo, we gotta get it serious, get in the studio. First time recording was with Sal at Red Brick, and that was in 2015. So from there, it was like, all right, we got to get out. We did the first show at Nick Stock, and then from there, I was like, all right, I got to have music. And then that's when I put my first mixtape together, because there's people asking, how can I get your music? How can I? So I wanted to have something for them ASAP. So that's how I came across my first mixtape.
So before you were 315 Cash, you was
Cash Montana.
Cash Montana. So
Yeah.
what was the inspiration behind the name?
Well, Cash is what they used to call me before I was rapping. That was like a name that I came up with myself, like at an early age, and it kind of stuck. And the Montana came from, my inspiration was Tony Montana at a young age, being ignorant. Like, kids looked up to Superman. Scarface was my hero, you know what I'm saying? So, not saying that's a positive thing, but I got the Montana from him, and shout out to French Montana and Max B. Obviously, that whole era had a little influence on it too, but I went with Cash Montana, and that did good, and it was a lot of Montanas coming after that. Like, everyone was adding the Montana. So I dropped the Montana and added the 315, did 315 Cash to keep a piece of the city with me everywhere I go, because that's when I started transitioning and getting out of the town and making moves on the road. So I wanted to keep a piece of the city with me everywhere I went.
That's dope. So fast forward now to 2020, right? I know you said you dropped your first mixtape. What was it? 2018, 2019?
2015 was the first one.
Oh, 2015.
That's
okay.
when I had the first show. So, like I said, I just wanted to hit them with something quick. I hit them with Juke Season's Finally Over.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first year really in the music game. So I hit them with that first. And then after that, I hit them with A Rough Start. And I ended up doing a double disc edition mixtape series with that. So I did A Rough Start, and then I did A Rough Start Reloaded. So altogether, it was 35 tracks. The first one had 20 joints. The second one had 15 joints. And I just made a double disc edition. But that was 17 and 19, I believe. And then 2020 is when I dropped 25 to Life, because that was the year I turned 25. So I named that project 25 to Life. I dropped it on my birthday, and that was the motivation behind that.
That's dope. You said that was 2020?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2020. Like I said, 1995, baby, man. Shout out to the 90s babies, man.
So that would have been during COVID time, man. So how was that
What
being?
a year.
Yeah. How was that being a recording artist during COVID? Like, because everything was shut down back then, and I feel like we kind of lost track of, like, we wanted to get over it so quick that we kind of forgot what life during COVID was like.
Being a recording artist in 2020 was hard, but I could say myself personally, 2020 was probably the best year of my life. I made so many power moves in that year.
Wow.
I had to. So, like, when COVID hit and the world shut down, that was that was in like March of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like when that was like right after the Sammys. That was the year after when I was nominated. My boy Slick Fashions won it. That's when I had the release party.
Yeah.
Me, you, Slick, we had the after party. It was all there. It was crazy.
Yep. No, that was crazy. Yeah.
That was on that weekend. On that Monday is when the world shut down. Like, that's when New York shut down and got crazy like that. And then it's like it started escalating from there. But I separated myself and locked in, started working on music, realized that nothing's going to change the year, and I'm got to drop on my 25th birthday. I got to hit them with something heavy. I got all these tracks piled in. I'm going to hit them with 25 to Life, and I'm going to hit them with 25 songs on it. Our joint was on there too. So I had him with 25 joints, like, here. And that's when the world was shut down and everything was really cheap and it was easy to travel. I mean, it wasn't easy to travel, but it was easier to maneuver because not everybody was doing it.
Yeah.
I hopped on a flight, went out to Cali for my 25th birthday to celebrate the mixtape drop. Went out there, I ended up doing an interview, shooting like 5 music videos. Went to Vegas because it's only 4 hours away. That's like coming to New York, coming to Syracuse and not taking that little 4-hour drive to New York City. So I'm like, I'm out here. Hopped in a rental, we out. Went to Vegas, did that little strip, did the weekend out there, came back to LA, back to work, and did a little week or so out there and filmed, and went crazy with the videos, bro. So I stayed active. It was a time where the world shut down, but I wanted to stay active and keep it going. And after that, I just slowly dropped each one of them and promoted them and tried to keep it active.
So do you feel that you have an obligation as a music artist to rep your city the way you do? Because, like, everywhere that I've seen you perform, you definitely put Syracuse on your back.
No, I wouldn't say an obligation at all, but I do it because the city needs the light. The city needs the views. The city, it's so much talent here, bro. Like, you know what it is, bro. You're a veteran in the game too, man. So it's like if I can get to another network or another broadcast or another point of view and show them the city and bring other lights and eyes and perspectives into the city, that's great because there's so much talent. So I'm just trying to show people to tap in, man. I don't want nothing from it. I just want the recognition of the city to get noticed. It's well deserving, bro. It's people here that really put the work in and really do it. So when I'm out of town, and the town really does, it's getting to where it needs to be because it's not like when I'm in these different cities or boroughs or whatever, when I mention Syracuse, no one's ever like, where? They be like, oh, so you upstate with it. Oh, Syracuse. Oh, that's where. Oh, yeah, we know. Okay. So it's like we just got to keep kicking them doors down, keep kicking them barriers down, and keep spreading it, man. That's why I keep it a part of my name, 315 Cash. I'm going to rep it to the end, man, for sure.
So you had the opportunity to perform at the Syracuse University basketball game.
Nah. I didn't perform.
Oh, you didn't perform?
I didn't perform, but they played my song. They played "Rep My City." Obviously, if we talking about repping the city, that's one of my well-known songs here. And the Dome played it at a basketball game, but that actually was the 20-year anniversary for the 2003 championship game. So Melo, Hakeem Warwick, Jerry McNamara, everybody was in the building. And
wow, that's crazy.
That's when Jerry McNamara jersey got retired. Hakeem Warwick jersey got retired. And, like, it was senior night, and it just so many accolades of that night being so crazy that my song got played that night. It was crazy. And that ended up being Jim Boeheim's last game coaching in the Dome.
Wow.
So, like, all of that, it's crazy, full circle. Because when I wrote that song, bro, it was, I don't even remember, I think 2018 or so. And that was, like, when Meek Mill got locked up and he was fighting the whole system. And it was a lot going on with that. Like, if you remember, you know it was a lot going on in that era.
Yep.
And he dropped the Left Hollywood song. So I did a remix to that. I was doing a lot of remixes at the time. Whatever was hot, I was jumping on it, flooding it. And I felt like I needed an anthem for the city at the time. So when I jumped on that, I put the anthem on there. Shout out to Meek. I'm glad I did it. That song did it. I just wish I did it on an original beat.
Yeah.
So I could monetize from it, which I'm actually in the process of doing right now. I'm talking to a couple of different producers in the town. I'm trying to get someone to reproduce that for me so I can recreate that song and do a little something different with it. But that was just, when I made that, I'm like, yo, one day this gonna hit the Dome. This gonna hit somewhere, and they gonna come out to this or whatever. And I made that happen. And it's like, it don't happen overnight, but it's all on connections, man. You meet the right people, you build your right resume, and it's all on connections. You could really do it and really chase your dreams. You just gotta stick to the connections and stick to the game plan.
So at one point, because I do be following you online, and at one point, man, yo, it seemed like you was at every SU game
I
going
be
crazy.
outside, man.
You
Hell
got
yeah.
you a season ticket holder? Or?
Nah. I just like to pop out and support, man. Pop out and support the football games, the basketball games, even the not just SU, Syracuse University alone. I shout out to the Syracuse Mets and the Syracuse Crunch. Like I try to go to. The city's got options. People always complain that there's not much to do here. There's a lot to do. You just got to find what to do, find what your niche, and get with it. So I pop out to these events, and I show my face and shake hands and rub shoulders. I'm in the building, so it's good to be that. Even the Syracuse Mets, I had the opportunity for the Syracuse Mets to play the same song, rep my city at a game too. So, yeah, that happened this past summer. You go find all of this stuff on my YouTube if you don't want to take my word for it. So 315 Cash, look it up.
So you also performed at the all right. Let me not. I don't know if you performed or if your music was played at the parade, the St. Patrick's Day parade.
I went. Yeah, I was in the parade.
So you was in the parade.
I was in the parade. Yeah, that was last year. So every year, the Syracuse St. Patrick's Day is a big thing here in the city, and they shut downtown down, and they go down the whole Salina, and they make the strip, Nancy Duffy Lane, and it's like everybody pops out to support St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, it happened to land on 315 Day, like March 15th, like a couple days before St. Patrick's Day. So same thing. It's all about the connections. I reached out to them and via email, like, yo, can we make something happen? I go by the name 315 Cash. I've been working. I've been doing this, that, and I got a response. And they said, we'd love to have you. We haven't done something like this before, so we'd love to have you. And from there, I was like, all right, I want to share this with other people. So I brought the Sammy winner, the Syracuse Music Award winner for Best Hip Hop, my boy Kareem Let's Go Ya. I brought him with me. I tried to bring the Best R&B artist, FB. I tried to bring him with me. He missed it on accident, but things happen. And, yeah, we went. We had the float. We made a float. I performed Rep My City. We going down Salina on the float. Now, I used to go to these. Like you said, I always go to all these games. I've been going to all these games since I was a kid when my pops was taking me to all these games. So to get my song played in these stadiums, it's unbelievable because I remember going as a kid. So, and then so many parades as a kid to be in the parade, tossing the candy and the business cards out to the kids. That was crazy. We had the whole team. Shout out to everybody that had parts. But we're going to do it again this year. That's when the album going to drop. So
That's going to be fire.
For sure, man. And we locked in with that for life. Word.
So with the parades, right? And you've done so many legendary things. You got the parades, you got the SU games, you got even being on the news, So with doing so much legendary things for the city of Syracuse and always putting it on your back, even having it, 315 in your name, do you feel that in the city you get the credit you deserve?
In a way. The game has changed. Like I said, I've been in it for over 10 years now. It just feels crazy to say alone. So I came up on the people who paved the way for us, the artists, the well-known artists from our era, from each side of town. And everybody respects me on each side of town, all the OGs, I don't want to get to naming names because then I'm going to forget some people, and then you know how that goes. So, but shout out to all the OGs that rock with me. The game changes, though. So you got to maintain. You got to stay relevant. If you don't stay consistent, you're not going to stay relevant. And it's always a new artist. It's Mr. John Doe here, there. It's always people new that might not know who you are. So that's why I try to stay consistent now and flood them and show the past stuff that I've done and the future stuff that I'm doing and let my work speak for itself, because I believe everybody knows. Sometimes the credit's not given, but from the important people that it matters from, it's given. So, and I try not to let that bother me. I'm going to push it anyway. I'm going to go regardless. None of that really matters to me anyway. So I'm going to do me regardless, man. There's levels to the game.
What do you think has been the hardest part of being an artist from upstate New York?
It was hard in the beginning. Now Upstate's got it. Who would have thought that? The real hip-hop's back. Shout out to Griselda. Shout out to the whole Buffalo And like everybody from upstate doing it though. He's like the 38 specials. Everybody who's making the moves, they're making moves. And upstate is well known. Now people, like I said, I don't go somewhere and people don't know what Syracuse is. People know about upstate. So it's different now. It's different. People know that upstate is about spitters, and people know upstate is gonna work. People know it's not just thinking it's farms and this and that up here. Like, nah, we really do this up here. We got key cities like there's bars, like they say, Buffalo, Albany, Rochester, Syracuse. So it's the Upstate Connects, man. We really, that I-90, man, for sure.
So what's next for 315 Cash?
The album mode.
Okay.
Album mode, man. So I'm dropping my debut album. Like I said, I got 4 mixtapes out now. The 5th one's going to be the album. It's going to be titled Levels. All fully produced by Milkman Beats, my man Cicero Stroman, which he's the first person who recorded me. Well, not the first person that recorded me, but the first person I locked in with for my first mixtape. Like when I said I locked in and did my mixtape, that's when I locked in with Cicero, because he did the videos. He did the mixing and mastering. He had the whole studio set up. He did the production. He did everything. So he was a one-stop shop. So I recommend that to a lot of artists. If you can find someone, as I've heard them, like a Swiss Army knife, someone who can do everything. If you find someone like that, that's a big connection to what you need in this game, because not one man could do it all. But if you could find someone who could do as much as that you need, you lock in with that person. And that's what me and Cicero did 10 years ago. And we stayed connected over the years. I stayed recording with him. He developed. He got crazy with the production. And I started fucking with his beats. And from there, we just locked in. And over the last couple of years, I've been trying to lock in on this album, pick the right beats, go through. So me and him finally locked in on these 7 beats that I got, fully produced by him, fully recorded with him. And it's a crazy album, bro. As I got to, you know what I'm saying, give you a little sneak peek. But it's an album feel, album vibes. And that's the move. We setting the tone in the spring, and we going to carry it the whole summer. We going to show people it's about leveling up. Levels, 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 levels. Don't let up. Levels. You feel me?
That's right. About leveling up, man. So let the people out there know where they could find your music at, when the project drops, where they could find it. And, of course, I already told you, like I said, when the project comes back out, we got to bring you back up. We're going to drop some more content. And we're going to lock in definitely this summer anyway.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're going to see a lot with me and Genetics, man. We got a lot on the way. So you can find me on all social medias at TheReal315Cash. All social medias at TheReal315Cash. My YouTube is 315CA$H. All one word, 315CA$H. Now, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal is 315 Cash, all one word, no $. Again, all one word. You could do all caps or no caps, however you want to do it. But Level's going to hit all streaming platforms. I'm going to do hard copies, the CDs. I might do vinyls too. So it's whatever the people want. It's going to be everywhere for everything, and I'm going to flood them with it.
Yeah, we definitely get something to put up on the wall too, just to add on.
Yeah, I definitely got something for you, bro, for sure.
All right, man. Well, it's a pleasure, man. And yet again, definitely look forward. And for y'all out there, make sure y'all check his music out. Like I said, bro's dope, man. I've been following him for years now. He's put the work in, man. He put the city on his back, and we just rocking.
I appreciate you, bro. Like I said, Levels coming soon, man. I'm aiming for the day 315, March 15th. Fully produced by Fly Milk, mix and mastered by Dynasty. We working, man. You know how we doing. Follow me at TheReal315Cash. Shout out to LesConnectPodcast for having me. Subscribe. Click that button. Subscribe, follow, like, comment. Do what you got to do, man. I appreciate y'all. Levels.
If you like this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe.